Halo, soy Morgan.
Okay, so the Haida tribe from southeast Alaska had a story of how the sun came to be and all the stars and the moon. So this story was retold by Maria Williams and then again retold by me. So at the beginning of time, there was only darkness and no light, so dark that you couldn't see a hand in front of your face. So there was a raven whose feathers were white as the snow, and he got tired of running into stuff because he couldn't see anything ever. So what he did was he went and set forth to find out how he could get the light back. So he discovered there was a great chief living with his daughter who had been keeping all the light of the universe trapped away in a bentwood box. So he devised a plan to go and steal the light back from the chief after a whole bunch of time. So his plan was he'd go down and transform himself into a hemlock fir, and as the chief's daughter was going to fetch water from the stream, he turned into the hemlock fir pine and went into her drinking water, and she drank him, where he spent a lot of time turning into a baby infant. And finally, when he was born, he was loved by his mom and the great chief. So as he got older, he became a really loved little toddler, and he had one rule, and that was to not go near the bentwood boxes. So one day, he was begging and pleading to see what was in the boxes and check it out and play with whatever it was inside, which he knew what it was. And then, so finally, the chief brought out one of the boxes and let out all the stars to go around the room like fireflies. And then the chief didn't know that they were all going to go out the smoke hole and return to the skies as the stars. So the toddler, or the raven, was not pleased by it. So to cheer him up, he brought out another box which contained the moon, which the toddler really liked playing with the moon. He was tossing it around, and then one time he tossed it too high, and then it shot into the sky where it was back as the moon for everyone. And then he was sad, so the chief busted out the last box with a warm, glowing orb, and he was presenting it to his grandson, which is when his grandson transformed back into a raven and took the sun in his beak and shot out the smoke hole, which is where he was transformed into a black raven, whether it was really bright sun that did that or the smoke out the smoke hole, but he was turned as black as a coal and traveled many, many miles to get the sun into the sky for all who could enjoy the heat and the light forever. And that is how they believed the sun came to be in the sky.